Welcome back to another Dean Colville autograss. The main man's got trouble with his box, so I'm taking over for the day.
Yo, yo, yo! Right, so that seemed weird not doing an introduction. Big boy Bazza. Yes, bro, that was sick. He was supposed to have taken over this weekend. Last weekend when we was racing, but that clip was too good not to use. So, thank you for the intro, Baz. I know you're watching. Yeah, so basically where we're at the moment is this old girl, when we went to York, decided it wanted to break the diff on a box. I did show it on the last video, but yeah, it was there. And so we went out and got a new gearbox for it. Also, I've been struggling with quartering. I keep saying it's my driving, but we wasn't too sure because it wasn't getting no better. So I just kept saying, oh, it's my driving, it's fine. Oh, crikey. I've got attacked by a pitchfork. So, basically, the moral of the story is, I had it re-corner weighted, so I went down to JR Signs, big old Jack Redford, to have it rescaled, and we found, well, what we found was amazing. So it turns out that when I buy things, I just bolt them on, I don't check shit. So this is my problem, I need to get out of that habit. Turns out when I bought the shocks originally, they had the wrong poundage springs, like one spring was bigger than the other. So every time I had it scaled, we was scaling it to the springs that were in it, and it turned out to be terrible. So what we had in there was a 130, as you see there, 130 long one, and on the, where's this one? I think I see it somewhere before. I think we said it was a 150 and a 150, but that is so stiff, it's unreal. But it's shorter if you look, or like a coil. So I used to run the black one on the passenger side and the blue one on the driver's, but that one was bound up so tight it wasn't doing anything anyway. So yeah, and the rear one we had I think there's something else in it. It wasn't too bad, it was like a 135 or something, but it turned out that I had 3 blown out shocks. So if you look there, one dead, that is the rear on the passenger side, that is the rear, no, that is the front, and then yeah, another front. So we had 3 blown out shocks on this, plus the wrong poundage springs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it gates, it turns a corner, and I can actually enjoy my racing again. So yeah, anyway, so it's scaled up and ready to go again, but it sits so much better. It actually looks like a Class 2 the way it's sat at the moment. And yeah, I can only be thankful for what he did do for me, you know what I mean? So big shout out Jack Redford, JR Signs, thank you very much. Yeah, but what else did we do? Obviously we know we blew the gearbox, we've done the diff. So it turns out we have actually done the diff on the box. I did have a little nut, so diff's gone in a box, but just the shaft is stuck in the box. But I need the little round ring that we replaced before, so I need to try and get that out of the box so I can get that round ring. And then I've got 2 broken gearboxes that are going away to be rebuilt, so I can actually have some spares, because I have no spares, which is really exciting for me. But yeah, so today we're going to put a box out of this, and I bought a winch as well because my winch broke. So old Daddy Kins is going to fit my winch for me, and then we're going to go from there. But yeah, we'll leave you here, I'll pick you up in a minute. Right, so we just come over to Dad's car and he's been tinkering, and he's been running, now he's running away because he's really involved with doing my winch, and he's been tinkering again. So he said to me, he goes, it feels like I need some new front shocks. And we was like, why? And he said, I think they're blown out. I was like, okay. And it turned out that the adjustment on the preload was set to stiff, so it never went down, it never went back up. So if you look now, it now goes up and down. So now he can actually use these front shocks. And also he's had his steering column altered and all, so the steering wheel's further away from him because he was struggling where it was a bit too close. So he's done that. He's had that all done by TR Fabrication. So that's all done. I'm just getting attacked by absolutely everything today. So yeah, that's an update on Dad's 9. That's where he is. He was gutted he couldn't race last weekend, but it's what it is. Right, let's get on with this micro. At this rate, it'll be done in like 20 minutes. I forgot how easy it was to actually do a clutch on one of these, or gearbox or whatever. So you've got 2 bolts down the bell housing, if you can see it, one there and then one on the other side. Obviously you've got my brace goes to my starter motor. Oh, sorry about that, I accidentally pressed, it de-recorded itself. So my brace actually goes there, which goes to the starter motor. You've got the 2 bolts that are just there, which is for like the cable for the clutch, basically the clutch cable. You've got one mount here, bit up to you whether you undo it or not, and then obviously you take it off of here. I had the ground cable going to my box anyway, which was down there on that bolt just there, so I've taken that off. Obviously you take off your power and that's just common sense. And then yeah, so that's the top side to take my gearbox off. So now jack it up, take the wheels off, take the shafts out. See, what I usually do is I undo the two top pinch bolts and then the centre nut, and then do it that way, and then take off the caliper. So as undo the bottom arm, because usually 99% of the time they just spin. This is a lot more pain in the arse. But yeah, let's see how Dad's getting on quick. So Dad's now starting moving. You having fun there?
Yeah, it's not coming off.
Use my other gun, I've got the bigger one.
Yeah, it won't go on it.
It will with an extension bar. Won't go underneath. You ain't got an extension bar, that's why. Right, I'm going to leave you there and then pick you up again in a second, and then we'll go from there in a bit. Right, so I just come to jack the car up, and basically I'll put where I usually jack it up is down there under the lower arm. I'll jack it up. The car has gone up evenly by itself. Well, I say evenly, it's a little bit on that side, but before it used to droop, so like it kind of like leant as such, and I'd have to jack it up twice. But I'm not blowing smoke up the bloke's arse or anything like that, but it's a noticeable difference already on how well like this car's set up already, just by jacking it up, and it all goes up like in one, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes a big difference. I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, anyway, I'll pick up in a minute. I've got the jack stands underneath it already, safety first and all that, and then I'll pick you up in a minute when we're laying underneath it and we're doing all the other bits, and we go from there. I'll put you on a tripod, and then yeah, mind blown. Right, so where I'm at the moment is I've got a drive. This is how I do it. Just gives you loads more room, and you ain't got to fuck about that way. The only shaft you've got to take out is this one. So yeah, but then Dad went to me, or he fancy a Greggs, and obviously we all know that we've got a new Greggs opened up down the road. So yeah, I went to Greggs. So we're on a lunch break now, even though I ate lunch, but we're on a lunch break. Probably done 20 minutes of work, and now we're on a lunch break. So I'll pick you up in a minute when we're underneath, and as we was about to pull the box out, I will put you on a time lapse. That's a promise. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so the next thing you've got to do is undo the drain plug, which is here, which I do not actually have the tool here for that, so we're doing well here. Undo that one there, and then you over here, you undo that, and then you should have 4 bolts. For some reason I've ripped one out, so I've only got 3 bolts. Oh, I've only got 2 bolts. Dad, I've ripped the bolt out of this. We're doing well here. So yeah, I've ripped the bolt out of that. It's fantastic, so now I've got to find one for that. And then that should be, and I think you should have, where else have we got? I've got 1 bolt there, which is for the bell housing, just behind there. There we see it, this is there. And then I've got 1 up just above that drive shaft. I don't know if you can see it, just there. And then that should be them 3 bolts, and that should be gearbox out. Yeah. Right, so that's that. I'll leave you there, and then when we go to pull box out, I'll put you on a tripod and watch me struggle. Right, see you in a minute. Whew, well, that was an unnecessary fight I wanted to have. So I know Jack Bromley's watching this, so when you do watch this, don't scream at me. Huh? Laugh, don't scream at me. So because this bar bolts up to my where is it, there, that goes onto the start motor casing, I've had to unloosen this to wiggle it up so I can get the bar past, so I can get the gearbox out. Whew. And because it's shit to do, I can't get the shafts out, so I'm going to take it out with the long shaft in it and everything. So fingers crossed I can actually get that out and reuse it. If not, we're right up shit streak again, and I'm going to have to go get a pair of shafts. But all in all, that took longer than it should have done, but it is what it is. We'll get the shafts out and then we'll go from there. So see you in a minute. Alright, so as you can see here, Dad's trying to get this shaft out, and you're having fun there, pal. Yeah, I'll stand on it. So we've gone for a bigger bar. That's fucking in there, isn't it? Oh, here he goes. He's got it. He's got it. Water. Oh, mate, look at the state of that, look. Oh.
That's shafted.
Oh, that's shafted, this guy. Oh, look at that, it's blinds on that. Yeah, that's fucked, isn't it? Yeah. I said I'd done the diff, didn't I?
Yeah.
You dirty bastard. Oh. That ain't good at all. Well, on that bombshell, we're sending this one off to my old mate Jack Redford. He's going to do this, and I've got another one, so he's going to do that, and then they come back with a new box. So oh no, room. Well, is what it is. Shit happens. Move on. Right, now we've got to rebuild that shaft down there, and then I'll get the car gearbox out of that one, and then we'll put it back in the arm. But what good fun, eh? Loving life. You can make this up in a million years, right? So this is the spare shaft I got given the other day. Big thank you for Garfield for that one. It turns out that the end is knackered, so I was going to put that CV joint onto that end, but that's fucked. So me being a hoarder that I am, and I don't throw things away, kind of just saved my ass really. So I had one that I nicked. I don't know if you remember, if you've watched it previous, that I nicked the outer off for that one because it had broke the splines in the box previous, or no, the clip was missing, wasn't it? It was missing the end of it. I never actually threw that shaft away, so that outer will fit on that, and then I can use the inner off of this one to put on that, and then we'll have a shaft. You couldn't make that up, could you? Like literally, you could not make that up. So yeah, I suppose we're going to crack on and rebuild a set of shafts, I suppose. Oh, have I got any molly grease? That'd be the next question. Have I got any molly grease?
Yeah, shit loads of grease.
Yeah, right, leave you with it, and then I'll be back in a minute. So as you can see from that little time lapse, it's as easy as that. Knock them off, knock them on, and now we have a whole shaft again. So without further ado, let's get this gearbox in. I need to get it out the back of the Nova. That's still doing the winch. But yeah, actually I forgot about that. Nova. So this is Big Boy Bazza's new Nova. I've shown it off at the start of the week, I think it was, and yeah, I took it to work and done all the doors and everything like that, and that's a big surprise. It's coming this as soon as that K10's done. We'll get this in and then we'll have a bit of Nova content. So the engine I built last time was for this car, but yeah, it's going to be fun this one. He's excited for it. Obviously it's going to have a wrap and everything on it as well. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Yeah, big Nova, nice little 13S again. So I'll leave you here and then we'll put the gearbox in, I suppose. See you in a minute. Oh, fucking fight that was. So we have now got, come back with me, all 3 bolts in here, because so I re-tap that one and that one. That's all tight. It's all tight. We're just putting the shafts in now. That's all tight. Whew. It's all good fun, isn't it? I've got 1 bolt there to tighten up. We'll do that in a minute. So yeah, just gotta get the shafts in. So an update. That's the update where we are at the moment. Oh, smashing shit up. Oh, actually looks like an engine again. Oh, so yeah, we're about there really. So yeah, I'll pick you up on an update in a minute. But in all fairness, it's going together somewhat alright. Fingers crossed. Shaft's going nicely, so yeah, see you in a minute. Right, and welcome back. So where we're at now is I've got it all back together. I've done the usual again. I've got it all back together. I know for a fact later on I'm going to get a phone call or a text off Jack Bomley and be like, you didn't have to undo that, you have to do it this way. It's one of them. I ain't never done it with that wire like that before, but it's all done. It's all back together. It's all mastered. Yeah, I've just got to put some gearbox oil in it, and then I think we're ready to rock and roll again. I've got to address this bumper iron at some point because it is very bent and only held on by 1 bolt. So yeah, that's all cushy. But shafts went in lovely and that, so that was a pucker bit of job. Yeah, don't know where we're at. How are you getting on over here, Dad?
Going home.
He's been fighting with that all day. I'm glad he did it, not me. So yeah, basically I've just got to bolt the wheels on and we're done for the day. What's the time? So that took longer than it should have done, but obviously we stopped, so it's 3 o'clock. So it took a lot longer than it should have done, but we had a lot of more broken parts than what I thought we did. So it is what it is. Story of my life really, isn't it? But I say, once this is all done and that, we're going to crack on with Baz's Nova. So this is at the stage now that yeah, basically got to sand it down and paint it, really. It's got bare fuck all in it because it's all over his house, but we've got to take it to get the cage tagged and that. But it's just, can't see why it won't go through a tag. TR Fabrication done the cage, so it's just been sitting about really, and then I was like, yeah, let's do it, I'll do it, and I'm at a situation where I am now with it. But yeah, just waffling now really. What else? Yeah, a couple of things I did forget to say on the last video. I'd like to thank the geezer that does the Max Sport tyres at York. He basically saved my arse. Yeah, I just want to appreciate it. I went there with a puncher and he done it for me like pretty much straight away. So I thank you very much for that. And yeah, I think that's about it really. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else coming up, but yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, after Nationals we go racing again. So everyone at Nationals, good luck, stay safe and all that. And yeah, well anyway, I'm just rambling now really because I don't know what else to say. But anyway, just like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave you here, and I'll see you on the next one in a bizzle.